Today we are going to wash our brushes and sponges and all that good stuff. It's a dreaded day in this household, and I think everyone's household, but we got to do it. And I want to show you exactly how I do it because there's so many brush cleaners and apparatuses and this and that. But if you take anything away from this, all you need is some Dawn, and I use this. It is a mitt from Sigma. Do you remember them? Sigma. Yes, I've had this for that long. It just has like a rinse. I don't know if you can tell. It says rinse, wash, and the same on this side. It's got different textures and stuff. I find that that really helps when washing the brushes because it really gets in there more than like a hand would do. So we're gonna use that and Dawn. That's literally all we need. That's all I've used for many, many years. We're not gonna make it convoluted. We're not gonna make it complicated. Let's go ahead. I'll show you how I clean them. I'm not gonna show you every single one because I literally have so many. It'll be such a boring video. So let's go ahead and get started. Hot water is what we need to start with. I feel like the hotter the better because it just gets the brushes more clean and it's more sanitary. That could just be in my mind, but that's what I do. I go as hot as I can. I'm going to move everything over to the left hand side so you can kind of see everything that I'm working with, which is a lot, and I'm not looking forward to it. So I've got brushes, sponges, little planchettes. I just start off by putting some Dawn on the glove and just going in. I start off with my foundation brushes or any bigger brushes because I feel like they're harder and I use them more often, so I want to go ahead and get the harder ones out of the way so that towards the end of it when I'm more tired I just have the little brushes left. So between every big brush I normally put more soap on because I feel like it just needs it, and it's the foundation brushes especially just soak up so much soap. I'm just laying the brushes as I clean them down in the sink because my method is to clean every brush first and then I'll go in and rinse every brush afterwards. I'm not going to go back and forth because I have the soap on my mitt already right now and I'm going to keep it on there until I'm ready to rinse everything off. So, and I feel like that's what works best. By the time I get to the eyeshadow brushes, I am in pain just from bending over, and I'm so glad that I'm like halfway done. Now I'm going to move on to sponges. Now these are probably one of the hardest things to clean depending on how long in between cleans you go, which I go a pretty long time because I just hate doing it. But basically the technique is the same. I put soap on the mitt and then scrub the sponge all around it on every single side, and I make sure that the sponge is wet before I go scrubbing into it because I feel like it will soak up more of the soap and everything if it's already wet and a little bit bigger. The sponges that you work with more, you're gonna have to go over them several times on the mitt because they have so much product, and then when you squeeze them out they're gonna have that soap and foundation mix, so you're just gonna have to be patient and go over it as many times as you feel comfortable until the stains are pretty much gone. Same thing with these little powder planchettes. These are a little bit easier to work with because they're just like fabric or cloth material, so the foundation and powders and stuff come out a whole lot easier. But same situation, you just get them wet and put soap and scrub them. Basically the same technique as we did with the sponges. Now we're ready to rinse, so I'm just rinsing all of the soap off of the mitt and now going through. I like to do the eyeshadow brushes first because they're smaller and easier to work with. I kind of work backwards in that regard. So I'll even take 2 brushes at a time sometimes, rinse off the soap, scrub them at the top so that those little ridges can get down into the brush and into the bristles. And then you'll see I'm taking the brushes and squeezing them between my thumb and the rest of the mitt because right there's additional ridges and it will continue to get that water out as much as possible. And I'll squeeze them several times. If I see that there's like dirty water still coming out, I'll set it aside and go hit it again with the soap. But that pretty much does the trick. It makes rinsing everything out so much easier when you have this mitt. And the last thing I do is try to spread out the brushes as much as I can so that everything can start drying as evenly as possible. It's been about an hour since I started. So obviously, depending on the size of your brush and sponge collection, it will take way less or way more if you have more than me. So that's why I don't do it a lot because it takes so much time. It hurts my back bending over. It's just a lot of like physical work, but in my opinion, it's the best way, cheapest, because you literally only have 2 things you need to purchase and you just use your own 2 hands. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like this video if you found it helpful. Let me know what other videos you want to see in the comments. You can message me, you can find me on Instagram or whatever. I'm always open to video requests, and I'll see y'all in my next one. Bye. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Definitely do that.